Silicon Steve Valley, Vladi Dottie, we are here and we are high spots and cheap pops, talking the very best of professional wrestling in the world today. Devil has been revealed, Vladi Dottie. Let's get into that. I thought it was a very good storyline otherwise than the big reveal with them. But again, I think a lot of it was taken away. A lot of it was taken away because of the negativity surrounding the company and a lot of marks on the internet just bitching about AEW every chance they get.
Yeah, it doesn't help when that sort of energy is around. But me personally, trying to be, taking that away from the equation, watching them build up the storyline, there were a couple of aspects, a couple scenes with MJF and Adam Cole as they were building their friendship, and even beyond that, when Adam Cole got injured and was at Roderick Strong's house doing chores. That was painful for me at points. And basically, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze with this. And that's where it comes down to for me. There was quite a bit of shitty comedy along the way, too. There was a couple good moments. Don't get me wrong, but overall, this payoff, I mean, it's what we expected. It's predictable, but it's safe. And it makes sense. I get it. But yeah, I'm not wow, oh man, he's the devil. It's like what you said. It's an undisputed era. We've kind of seen this in different clothes before. And I don't have I don't have high expectations for this.
Didn't blow my skirt up, as my mother would say.
It's a great saying.
I didn't blow my skirt up. My question to you is, should they have called an audible when Adam Cole got injured again? Should they have called an audible with this storyline and made it to a point where it was somebody else that was going to be involved, opposed to Adam Cole? It seems to me that they, if MJF was re-signed, they could have postponed the reveal. That's another reason why I think he might have been re-signed, which I just thought of. But they force-fed it. It's kind of weird when the guy who the devil is the top heel, is still walking around on a bad leg in this middle of it. They did a good job with it. The reveal was cool. Adam Cole looked evil. It was a little short foreshadowed. He came out dressed in all black, which I noticed as well when he came out in the match. What could you have done differently, though, after Adam Cole got hurt? I guess it was a good way to go around it.
I guess you can put it that way, but it just some of the sketches that he was involved with, I just wear my cup of tea. So
when he almost killed him on the boat.
Yeah, that was there's a couple moments I was like, oh man, this is getting a little long-winded.
Oh, it was the bromance of the summer, brother. There were some great moments in the storyline. There were some great moments, though. There really were. Both of their matches were great. Adam Cole and MJF. Both matches with Samoa Joe were great. MJF had a great run. He was a great top guy.
he was the best of the best, and we just let him go.
Bye.
Wish us luck.
Hey, Tony. Man. AEW will be fine. I will say this. I'm also looking to a little bit of a reset button for AEW. Let's see where they go from here. I can see Samoa Joe turning babyface relatively quickly against the devil once Adam Cole is healthy, if he ever gets healthy, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Hey, at least this devil faction, they're immediately entrenched in the tag team scene in Ring of Honor.
Great. Doesn't blow my skirt up. They don't blow my skirt up. This faction does not blow my skirt up.
Man, Wardlow really had a fall from grace.
He'll be the first one to turn babyface out of that group.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, that's just too evil, Adam Cole.
Well, Wardlow's big thing is he wanted to get even with MJF. Get it when you least expected it. Well, everyone expected it right then and there, actually. Interestingly
They
enough.
actually like, what's funny? It's like they actually they like isolated his boots. He didn't change like his boots, his wrestling boots. So it was like
Nope.
totally identified. He's terrible at this game.
Well, it wasn't. I don't blame the professional wrestler necessarily. You need production to be smarter about it. I mean, it's not like Kerry Von Erich walking out in a mask with a jacket named with a big jacket that has the name Kerry on the back of it. But it definitely is a problem. For me anyway. I think it was a very good storyline. I'd like to see a reset button for AEW, but we'll see how it goes. Samoa Joe's a really good champion. He's been red hot. We'll see what his first challenger is, and I'll tell you who might be. I will say this, Vlad. We'll add one more thing. Swerve ain't messing around anymore. Swerve is winning this title probably from Samoa Joe. He basically was a little disrespectful to Keith Lee in that Keith Lee always gets hurt. So there's probably let some real heat, frustration out. He's like, I'm done wasting my time. Every time he's ready to, if he wants to wrestle me and really gets me, he's gonna have to work his way up to get to me. I'm not wasting my time with him anymore.
He has every right to say that.
Absolutely. So, and you feel bad because you want Keith Lee to be healthy, but at the end of the day, you gotta be on the field. And the other thing, buddy, I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Big signings, these big, gigantic signings that were going to change the entire world and landscape of AEW. CM Punk, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson. The collective injury list between these three men, the amount of time that they were hurt and off screen, the amount of time that they have been there or were there even, is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryan Danielson has been the healthiest out of the three. Yeah. How is that? And he's been out 3 different times extensively.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. And the reality is, folks, part of the game, part of being a top guy is you stay on the field. Same thing like any other sport. If Patrick Mahomes has been missing a third of his games the last 7 years, he's not one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You got to stay on the field. And so all three, you'd have to say we're at this point, we're very disappointing signings because they haven't produced on what you thought. I don't know if CM Punk, I don't think if he had his story really finished in AEW and he had an opportunity to keep on making money for AEW, I think maybe that would have been a little bit better. But you never know. But Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson, particularly Adam Cole, wow. Talking about a fragile body.
It's too bad, really. He's a talented guy. I had a great time seeing him wrestle in person. Put on a great show. And it's amazing to me where there was conversations when he was leaving WWE. They had like a direction for him probably just being a manager.
Yeah, bald head, yeah.
And it was weird though. It was just like he did really well at NXT. And the one time where I think it was for like maybe Survivor Series or something where they elevated him, he had a good 2-month stretch.
Yep.
Where he was competing with the main roster. So I give him his credit, man. I saw probably the greatest part of his career, which was impressive. And then I don't know, if he's that injured and that's sort of part of the drawback in AEW, it's too bad because that fan base hasn't seen the best of him yet.
And we hope he gets him. Look, he's going to be there. I think he might be there for the long haul. He seems like he would be there, but who knows? Britt Baker has expressed disappointment and frustration with the booking in AEW. It's not a fun place to be right now. Now it's all right. You're turning the page now, 2024. Let's see what AEW does. But I just wanted to bring that up. Those 3 big signings really have fallen flat in many respects, mostly because they can't stay on the screen.
True.
Bryan Danielson probably hasn't been booked that strong either, to be honest. But it's a whole other equation. Oh, got an eye patch, man. But that's all we got for you this week on High Spot to Cheap Pop, folks. We're back on Spotify. Vlad, are you excited?
It's great news, man. I was so excited when you told me about that.
So thank you so much for listening to High Spots and Cheap Pops. Check us out. We want to thank one of our a real good friend of ours, Chris Kibido, our boy on Facebook. He's actually looking forward to it. Gave us some good ideas and maybe we can grow our audience and things like that. So we want to give Chris a big shout out. Thank you so much for the support, Chris. Chris Kibido, you are the man, dude. Thank you so much. Great interacting with you today on Facebook. We hope to hear a lot more from you, get more interactions from you and all your boys. Thank you so much. Everyone else, hit the subscribe button. Please follow us, share if you can. If you like hearing what we do, this is High Spots and Cheap Pops. Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Dottie, this is Silicon Steve Valley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.